Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another replay review. This is the first replay review in a while. We are going to be watching a game of Tulach, or as he's known recently, King Tulach, because he is the fantasy winner for the major that just happened. And that's just a thing that I'm going to put to my left. He's going to be playing Lion. I am actually in this game, funnily enough. I'm playing Night Stalker. We have... Oh, God, now I remember this game. We have the constant attendee of replay reviews, Growdy Dota. Playing Arc Warden. That's the Growdy Dota hero, that's for sure. Hawkey on the... Techies, and Vicar, maybe? Vicar sounds right. On Phantom Assassin in the safe lane. And I'm going to be playing Night Stalker as an offlaner. As like an offlane duo, though. Proud would be, much to Proud's chagrin, because Proud does really hate offlane Night Stalker, but it's just so fun. Alright, so anyway, we're going to be focusing on Tulach. He will be playing Lion. First off, if we look at the dispersion of the support items, we see a, let's see, was a sentry placed from our team? No, I have a I have a ward, he has a ward, so he bought 2 wards. He has no clarities, which is going to be an issue. Even though Lion has mana drain, you generally don't get that until like level 3 or 4. And so it's not super effective. So it would have been nice if he had, probably not a windlace, but like 2 clarities and a salve and a branch maybe. We pooled tangos properly. Well, no, he pooled a tango properly to our mid laner, to be fair. So you get points for that too. Look, you did the right thing. We had a techies, right? So he didn't pool tango because why would techies pool tangos? And somebody gave a tango to me. No, I gave my tango to Growdy. That's what happened. And then Growdy said I don't want it because he bought his own tangos like a dunce. Anyway, okay, this is 7.04, I want to say, by the way, just so we know, like, Bristleback's a little weaker, because Bristleback's actually been getting a lot of play recently. Okay, so we're coming up on the 53-second mark. We are going to be stacking ASAP, right? Stack, good, okay. We may miss the stack now. Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, boy. You barely got it there. You took a little step before you threw your hit out, so that's a little unfortunate. But all in all, that was fine. That was good. Good to get a stack. It's good that you didn't pull this, right? Because if you pulled this, then they're just going to invade you. But if you pull back here, then they either have to invade very far and PA is safe to farm, or they don't invade at all and, you know, you're fine. You're going to be wanting to, of course, like Vicar did, I'm gonna pronounce this guy's name like 6 different ways. I hope you know that, like just constantly. But he's not the guy that's paying for this anyway, so whatever. You need a magic stick early. You need boots early. This is a good Tranquils game, of course. I mean, A, you're playing Lion first off, but B, it's nice to have the Tranquils just in general. Actually, that's a lie. I mean, mana boots would be okay in this game. I still, as much as mana boots on Lion are quite delightful. It's you can never really go wrong with Tranquils. Okay, so we getting that bounty rune, that's fine. Where is Visage? Okay, so Visage left and TP top. We're gonna go presumably get their rune. This is an aggressive play, but we actually recently talked about this on a Monday show that I guessed it on. This is a good play if you know, hey, we can't zone this Bristleback because we have a like mediocre at best safe lane with no kill potential. Just go get their rune and get your rune. Are we getting gank mid? I feel like if we gank mid, this is a little chancy. Ooh, okay, we're boned. We're gonna die here. Yeah, so you can't do this online. If you're Spirit Breaker, if you were Night Stalker, you could have done that. Or Monkey King, you know, roamers like 4s. But that is just one of those times where some heroes can tank a couple hits and make that, like, you know, cheeky play where, oh, they never expect it to come from there. But you can't do that on Lion, right? Let's look at Lion's stats right now. Okay, you have 1 armor and 520 health. This is dealing, what, like 110 damage. You're only mitigating a tiny little bit of it. Boy, this was such a play. Maybe I die here. I'm not sure. I don't think I do. Okay, this was good rotation by you. It was a little late because you died, but this was a smart play, real heads-up play, as they say, um, and that was good. You didn't need to come, but you did anyway. And if I had more mana, we probably could have turned it. Like if I was hiding these trees with the salve and a clarity, then we might have been able to turn that. But I had only used my salve. So that, but either way, that was good. Your intentions were good, and your process was good. Right, like that was just the right thing to do. Even if it didn't pan out in that instance, that was the right instinct. That's the word I was looking for, instinct. And again, as we talk about this, like your safe lane's going poorly, their offlaner is getting a lot, but at the same time, you are a lion, you cannot do that much about that. Like it's just a problem you don't have the answer to. Okay. Okay, good. You're pulling a tango. Yeah, I remember why I've only played with Vicar a few times, and he's a fine player, but his build this game is god awful on the PA, and it kills me. I don't know if we win or lose this game. I honestly don't remember. I think we lose it, but the PA build was very game losing. I'll be honest. I waste all his bombs here, and that was my fault. Okay. Vicar's free farming. Okay, we're getting runes, or posturing for runes at least. Growdy Dota does not have a bottle, right? So you can just take that rune. Then you can split these up. If you send them bottom, they're just going to feed gold to Bristle, let's be honest. What I would be doing is sending them mid and just slapping around this Invoker, I suppose. Or you could just scout their jungle with them. Look to see if they have any stacks, maybe. That's one option. But, you know, it's not terribly consequential. There's nothing really to bait here, unfortunately, but you are just kind of feeding. I mean, it's 7 gold, so, you know, really, who cares? But at the same time, you know, 7 gold he wouldn't have had otherwise. Man, Bristleback. It feels like he shouldn't have as much mana as he does have. Right, like, you see a Bristleback spamming, like, oh, he's going to be low mana soon. He's never low mana. He always has a billion mana. This is unimportant. Okay, we could have TP'd here actually, and responded to this. It was yeah, we could have done that. Right now, okay, so here's kind of what I want to get at. It's that right now you're not doing anything with your time, right? You tried to harass this guy, but you can't. You got some XP, that's fine, whatever. Now you got a bounty rune, that's good. You're doing something with your time, but we just kind of spent a bunch of our precious seconds doing a whole lot of nothing. We should be able to kill this guy here. It's a little far deep if we dive it. Let's see. Okay, he's posturing down there. Yeah, okay, go for this. Easy kill. Right, okay, well, you stunned the wrong guy, but it worked out. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, I think you should have stunned Bristle, and we should have got him right away. Visage just doesn't do things at this point, right? It's not like it's a Shadow Shaman or a CM or something that's going to CC us. He's just going to soak a little bit of my movement speed away, but I'm Night Stalker. I don't care about that. All right, so that was just a, you know, it was a 50-50 call. Like, you were either going to stun one or the other, right? You didn't really have an opportunity to stun both. And, you know, you got your stun off, right? But I think if we had stunned Bristleback, we would have been able to kill him a little earlier rather than later, and then we wouldn't have had PA taking these tower hits and then getting sunstriked. Okay. Alright. So you're using the courier now. That's fine. I mean, nobody else really needs it. Growdy Dota will need it, but obviously it's going to be back in base by the time he gets money for his thing. Ooh, let's go back a little. Okay. Oh yeah, this is just You guys can't do this. Oh boy, he could have killed you, but he just, like, played badly and didn't. Like, he should have just chased you down and killed you. Oh, did you not get your full tranquils? I thought you got full tranquils. Yeah, you guys just... Okay, so this is just a lost cause, basically, to put it simply. You need to just say, alright, this lane is lost. We are doing nothing. Everything is bad. Stop. Right, like right now, you guys are aggressing on him, but what are you going to do? Right, like, maybe you'll kill him. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, exactly. Nah, he'll die. Okay. I'm surprised. If he had man up on you guys, he would have killed you. I think. He would at least... I think he could have killed you, Tulach, and then ran away. Or if he didn't run in such an obvious path. I'm not sure. But... Oh my god, what a sunstrike. That was unreal. That was unreal. Okay, Anyway, okay, so it's still, I mean, you killed Bristle, and you died. That's a fair trade, right? You killed the offlaner. Okay, so we have our ward. Forever, I am looking at our ability to see, alright. I wish we could see wards. Excuse me, in the shop, but unfortunately that's not the case. Okay, so again we're going bottom. I think what we should be doing is coordinating and killing top lane right now. I have my ult up, and this guy is consistently getting pretty low. Oh man, I should have got that CS, that was dumb. It's actually weirdly distracting to have myself in this game. I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I'm dumb. This was bad. Okay, we should be TPing mid. We do not TP mid. I actually like... What the heck am I doing here? Are you kidding? Am I actually gonna escape? What the heck is happening? This is just bizarre. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, I shouldn't be watching my own game. Alright, anyway, okay, we're back to here. We're only level 4. We want to be getting 6 soon. We have Tome in base. Tome is probably not going to go to us, to be honest, but it would be nice if it went to us. Easy gank. And, okay, let's go back. Okay. Let's go back again. 10 seconds. Okay, oh boy, I hope that glitch doesn't persist. Okay, so we use our spike. Stunned. Okay, we hex. Oh my god, Vicar. Okay, so that was his fault. But the other thing is when you have 2 stuns and your teammate has none, it's a pretty, and they're tanky of course, it's a pretty easy play for them if they're, you know, a Bristleback or a Terrorblade for that matter, or even a Visage. If you didn't stack your stuns, which is good, right? But if they can just TP away from you, right? If they're tanky or have some degree of, you know, evasive, some degree of hard to kill, basically. So what you want to do is you want to use one of your stuns and then wait a little bit and then use, you know, your other stun, hex, you know, whatever, disable, ensnare to stop the TP, because otherwise they're going to say, okay, he used Impale, he still has Hex, I cannot TP. But if he uses Hex and Impale, then I just TP and I leave right away, right? So that was a little bit of a misplay. The bigger misplay was Vicar just not killing him. But yeah, so it's almost like stacking stuns in a way, where of course you don't want to stack stuns, right? That's like, you know, Dota 101. But it's like pseudo stacking to use all of them in succession and not have them available because TPing is so effective and so easy to do. Okay. So this ward is fine and safe, but it's starting to phase out of its viability, right? So this is a good defensive ward for if they're pushing your tower and if you are like around here. But once, you know, once your lane pushes up to this area, it's suddenly much less effective, right? Also, if he was paying attention, he would have known there's a ward there because of that dagger. The generally rule of thumb for Radiant is that if you are playing defensively, this is a good defensive ward. But if you're playing more aggressively, or if you have middling AoE, oh my god, what is Vicar doing? Then this ward appears safer, because this way you can know, oh hey, they're rotating, but this one is much more like, okay, I know they're rotating, but that's only because... I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe it best, but... Okay. Oh, Hawkeye. Okay. I was gonna say I had to make sure I was recording. For a second there, I thought I wasn't recording. Okay, so this is a kind of typical thing that people used to think all the time. People used to think that Mana Drain was a counter to Bristleback. Because people used to say, oh, well, he needs mana to do his stuff. I have Mana Drain, and I can prevent that. A, he has enough mana, and you don't level Mana Drain other than like one level early. And so you're just... It does a whole lot of nothing, basically. B, he has a CM in his team, so he's basically regenning faster than you can suck his mana. Effectively, right? So I caution against doing that in a game like this. Also, you should have your... I mean, right now you should be eating your tango. They kind of... One of the mistakes I see all the time with people is if you have a tango, you are... If you watch pro play, and somebody has a tango that's going to heal you for, what, 115? They will use it when they're missing 100 health or something, right? Because they just want to not even have the possibility of being lower HP. So right now, right, you're at 522. There is no, like, you're going to get the full effect of this tango right now, right? Just mathematically, there's no way you do not, unless, like, you shrine, I guess. So you should be using this tango and then moving your Ring of Protection in. This is, well, actually, hit a ward there. That's an easy zone strike, excuse me. Okay. God, so for some reason I was watching this happen and my brain went to what I'm going to eat for lunch tomorrow because I'm just so excited. I'm so hungry. Oh god, this is dangerous. Okay. Okay. Where are you? The devil. Okay. So you went back to base. That's fine. Okay. Okay, I should be killing this guy. Oh, I used that too late. I'm gonna get sunstruck. Oh no, I dodged it. Oh my god, sick. Right? This is very dangerous to fight around a shrine, by the way, but it's working out. Alright, that was good. Now let's take this tower. Okay, so let's talk about what you did in that fight. Okay. So, let's talk positioning, alright? So a fight is happening, we're fighting around shrine, we know their shrine is not active. I am here, I'm very tanky. We have a PA and a techies putting pressure on the right side of this, and we know they're coming in from the left side because, I mean, it's fairly obvious, but they are not TPing here, right? And we just have to assume they're doing the right plan reacting, so they're going to be reacting from the left, right? Because we have vision of this, we know they're not TPing here, we know they're not TPing here. Okay, you have an Invis rune, this is perfect. Okay, they have a sentry ward. I guess. Maybe that was just glitched and you didn't have an Invis rune. Regardless, you kind of came up in a little bit of a dangerous position, but what you have to do is use your abilities instantly, right? Generally, my order of operations on Lion is I want to use Earth Spike earlier than Hex, because I feel like Hex is it's a more of like a snap reaction kind of thing, and it has a longer cooldown. So I'm right about that, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you can use an Earth Spike early, like right as the fight starts. It also does damage, which is nice. Then you can use a Hex, and then by the time your Hex is off, you're gonna have the utility of having another Earth Spike off. So Excuse me. God, my throat's killing me. Maybe a sugary drink is probably not helping. But I don't have any water, so we're gonna suffer through. Anyway, yeah. So I would use I would use Earth Spike and then Hex and then Earth Spike if I'm ordering my abilities in a fight. This is incredibly dangerous. Oh boy. The techies is not paying off with that. That's fine. Vickers should be fine. Oh boy, I'm feeding. Oh, just kidding? Alright. I'm feeding. Yeah, that was bad. Nice. Oh my god, I think Invoker escapes here. That was shameful. Okay, so our positioning was pretty fine in that, right? We got all our spells off, we were not dead, we had our nice utility, so that was good. Okay. So nowabouts is the point where I say, alright, it's 18 minutes, I'm not level 6 yet, what the heck is happening? I need to be level 6. That's when you say, alright, Growdy, are you pushing this? If Growdy says, yes, I'm pushing this, then you push with him. If he says no, then you pull, because... but there's a common misconception that pulling is just to manage creep equilibrium, but pulling is also, almost more importantly, to get stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know if we had that preloaded on him, because like you can click it from out of range, but we should have done it with Bristle Black. But pulling anyway is almost more about getting stuff for the support than it is about killing the creep wave and fixing your equilibrium. So you really need to be level 6, right? You're level 6 now because things died near you. But if you were level 6 back then, right, you would have just, you know, what's called Finger of Death, the Bristleback, let's say. So it's important not to fall behind as a support, right? It's very easy to say, all right, you know, I'm playing the poverty support, I'm the 5, I need to do all these things, and you know, escape that way. And it almost becomes like an excuse, like, oh, of course I'm poor, I'm playing the 5. But nowadays there's so much gold on the map that you really, even if you are the 5, you should be just getting stuff, right? You get stuff kind of in waves, right? So one of the common things you'll see in like organized play is somebody picks a support, and your safe laner or your mid or whatever will say, all right, I'm going to go jungle, go take a lane. Or they die, you TP there, you get XP from them. Right, so let's say Growdy dies here, but Invoker's low because they skirmished. You know Invoker's going to go Shrine or go all the way back to base or whatever. You can just TP here, you soak, you know, a full creep wave of XP and gold. Then suddenly you come back to lane, you have your boots. All you did was spend a TP scroll. Good, perfect. So you have to be careful about getting too far behind. It's an easy mistake to make, but it's definitely one I would caution you about. Alright, so we're going in for this. This is good. This is also a good game just to have a range drop. Like, Lion is so... He's so squishy, just to put it simply, I suppose. That range drop makes a big difference. Why do I keep watching myself? Okay. This was smart, going in for their rune. There was a not zero chance that they were not going to have that rune. Okay. And now I remember why I hated this, because he did Deso Battle Fury, and he has no stats. Okay. Okay. Okay, a ward over here would be nice. This Bristleback's just so tanky, dude. Okay. So if we know we want to fight here and we can see them, right? It's nice to have a ward over here. If not, it's fine. Our positioning here is a little... It's not... It's good. It's fine positioning, but you have to be aware of the... aware of how scary it is to position there. God, I don't know why I'm so tired. It's only like 10 o'clock. Didn't realize it was 10 o'clock. That was like 9. Okay. Okay. A whole bunch of nothing's happening. Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, so we know we don't have Grouty here if we're gonna fight. We know we do have Finger. Generally, what happens on Lion is you say, all right, I have Finger, I want to fight, I want to get stuff done, I want to do things. A lot of times you'll just smoke right when you have Finger. Nice movement. Okay, that's good. I don't know if that was intentional, but moving in asymmetrical is not the word. Moving in unexpected paths is the thing to do against an Invoker, especially he's already Sunstriked you a couple times and made good Sunstrikes at that, not just easy ones. So you got to be very careful about that. Right now, we know we cannot combat this push mid, but we can trade and push bottom. And we need to be doing that right now. Alright. So your items are good so far. You know, you don't have a lot of them, but what you have is proper. We are a little, you know, low level if we look towards level, right? Grisman is 9. Even 9, like 9 is acceptable at 23 minutes, but everybody should be 10 at least at 20, in like the 20s. Okay, we're saving for Blink 2. That's, a lot of times we'll see people like rush a Glimmer Cape or go 4-staff first. Blink is like the dream first item, right? Sometimes it's more productive to have a like transitionary item, like a oh my god, nice, all right, okay. So we're a little late on that, just in general, okay. He's gonna live through this. I misjudged that. That was bad of me. I should have chased him. And I might die here, actually. Yeah, I mean, that was dumb of me. Okay, so you were a little far from the fight, from the get-go, right? You were kind of over here, right? And we were over here. When both teams are posturing for a fight, you want to be... It is hard, to be fair, but you want to be positioned in kind of a combination of a defensive position where you won't just get killed immediately, and an aggressive position where you will be able to react to things right away. Alright. Okay, let's speed up again. So those skirmishes were okay. They were not favored in our direction, not favored in their direction particularly. Man, PA Battle Fury is so freaking bad, dude. Like, unless you need it in a game where it's like, alright, well, they have a Nature's Prophet, and I know this game's gonna go late, and I don't want to just get RTZ'd, so then you buy it. That's one thing, but this, like, Deso Battle Fury is so just, ugh. Like, rushing a Battle Fury is one thing, and rushing a Desolator is one thing. Both of those you have no stats, but you usually have an Aquila. But if you do both of those items, and you don't have an Aquila, literally all his stats are coming from the 4-to-all attributes from his Magic Wand, right? Like, he has 1290 health plus 80. That's it. That's the only stat he has. Right? That's just so god-awfully bad. Like, sure, you do damage, but you don't live to do damage. And I even, against Terrorblade, I can see the rationale. Like, oh, they have a Terrorblade, let me go Battle Fury. I would go Mjolnir. I think Mjolnir's, I mean, like, objectively, mathematically, Mjolnir / Maelstrom is just more damage. Because between the attack speed and all that, it just equates to being more. Yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about that guy's game. I don't want to rag on poor Vicar. Alright, so this is a fine position right now. They're aggressing on mid. We're positioned in a way where we can adapt to what they do to us, but we are not going to get picked off. When they're pushing, I like a ward here. That's a very safe ward spot. Not likely to get de-warded, but very likely to be effective. It's nice to have Lion against Terrorblade because you can one-shot these illusions. I mean, Techie's Minds also tends to do that. But you can just farm illusions when he's sending them out, right? Hex instant kills an illusion, and Mandarin kills an illusion after, you know, a half a second or whatever the timing is. Oh my god, excuse me. Alright. Okay. So we're still like a little low level, but we're kind of making up for it. Vicar could have just killed him. See, here's where it's dangerous. Okay, he's not gonna do it. I was gonna say, if you go in for a kill late, that's super dangerous because it gives them time to react. God, what is happening? Alright, you're here. You have a TP scroll. You should be TPing to tier 2 so that you can react to this. Okay, good. That's what you're doing now. Again, like a consistent theme that we've been talking about is, you know, you're making the right moves, but you're making them just a little late. Your aim was off. So, let's. I want to see something. Okay, so where are you? Oh, you died already. Okay, we're gonna be paused. Let's go to player perspective. Okay, so you're running over here. Okay, so let's watch. Let's watch it. Okay. What? What's that? What? Let's stay in player perspective for a bit. Actually, maybe we'll do this. So, your sum was off. I can't even blame that. Maybe I won't stay on player's perspective because you're stuck here. Let's watch what's going on here. Ooh, Vicar. Oh boy, Growdy Dota ran away from you. I don't know if I made one recently. I mean, I know I made one, but I don't know if you watched it, obviously. Camera control is very important, and you had your camera like here, right? So you have all this negative space that's just useless, right? Whereas if you had your camera like over here, then you get the sight of people coming in, coming out, and you have to do a little mental math of knowing, all right, is somebody going to come under me? But that's the kind of thing where when you are using aimed abilities, it is harder to aim when you are at like the top of your screen and kind of like looking to shoot to the side, whereas if you have it right centered, it's very like, okay, I know where I'm going and you know how to do X, Y, and Z. And that's almost like it sounds like a weird thing to say because obviously it doesn't change the spell, but I know at least for me mentally it is easier to do things when I have it at the center of my screen compared to when I have it at like the, you know, the top or the bottom of my screen. Very nice, we're instant killing creeps. We could have killed both of those. Okay, you did. Man, this Invoker was pretty decent. Unfortunately for us. Alright. We also... Okay, so on Lion, one of the key things to do is... There's basically two ways you can use Finger of Death, right? So there's the way that people use it, where you're killing people with it, like at the end of a fight or at the middle of a fight, where you're saying, okay, well, we got Bristle really low, and now I'm gonna ice him. I'm gonna get him right at the end of that, and we'll kill him with that. The other mentality is to use it really early on, and then you have it used basically to just instantly kill the CM or whatever. In this game, I would say you have two primary objectives with your Finger of Death. Is either A, you want to burst a CM really early so that she can't get her spells off. The other thing is just to save it for when Terrorblade's going to Sunder, and then ult him when he's Sundering. Man, the more this game progresses, the more I just remember all of the problems we have, and how this Terrorblade just, like, just outscales PA, right? And PA just cannot deal with it at all. MPA didn't build a BKB, by the way. Oh, God. Alright, so now is an acceptable time to just get a little farm, right? Your map is being farmed, right? You have a pretty greedy team. We have a Midas Night Stalker. We have a PA farming with the Battle Fury. We have an Arc Warden, keep all the lanes pushed out. So it's not like you can just take a lane. But at the same time, you know, you can slowly but surely kill a stack of Mud Golems. You can go get, I mean, your bounties were getting got anyway, but it's at least something to look for, right? In a different game, it's something to devote, like, you know, oh hey, everybody TP top, I can't TP there, I'm gonna get bottom. Or we took a fight in the jungle, then we killed all 5 of them, but I'm really low and they have low respawn timers, but my team's fine. So your team runs and they push tier 2 mid, but you say, okay, well I can't contribute to that. So then you just, you know, farm out a couple waves bottom, and then you farm out the jungle or whatever. So those little bits of efficiency that really make the difference. Right, especially when we're really close to Blink Dagger, that's when it becomes even more like, oh boy, it becomes even more of a Jesus Christ. It becomes even more of a big deal. Alright, great, okay. If we had walked a little forward, we could have gotten double stun. Ooh, and we stayed in that, alright. These are kind of obvious problems. Right now we have no mana, but we do have 17 wand charges. I totally stole that kill. Imagine how easy these fights would be if we had, like, BKBs. Okay. Oh, you're dead. That's unfortunate. Honestly, like, okay, so A, you didn't need to use Finger there. He was dead anyway. B, you were very low. Like, I mean, honestly, I really can't fault you for that. That was just a really sick Sunstrike from this Invoker. That's really what it comes down to. But you do have to be careful about that kind of stuff. You basically, okay, so Lion is actually maybe one of the better examples of this, but this is a problem for a lot of supports. You need to acknowledge, oh god, alright. Oh, that was a sick stun, dude. That was really good. I mean, I may die anyway, because, you know, they slow me a lot. Yep, I'm dead. Yeah, this is when Terrorblade is very, very fat, very, very large. Okay, so anyway, to get back to my point. So this is actually a really common problem for supports, is that once you've used all your stuff, you either, A, don't have anything left, right? You have no more juice, basically, you have no mana, you have no health, you know, whatever, or your stuff's just on cooldown, right? Like, you have decently long cooldown on Hex, and obviously a long cooldown on Finger of Death, but in a lot of cases, you know, you need to be a bit more conservative and just say, okay, this Invoker's running away from me, right? My PA and my Night Stalker are chasing him. They can catch up to him, right? Because Night Stalker is moving at like 8 million move speed because it's nighttime. My PA has Blink Strike, she has a slow. Invoker, he's going to be moving fast, but we have vision, so even if he Ghost Walks, you know, we'll be able to do whatever. So they're doing all this, and even if, let's say, the Invoker would have gotten away anyway, you don't contribute to that, right? We have to do some... I've been using the term risk analysis a lot recently, because you basically just have to look at it objectively and say, okay, what do I contribute, and can I contribute it, right? Lion contributes disables, right? You had already used your ult, so let's ignore that. You used your ult in that case to kill up thing. But anyway, you contribute disables, right? The way you contribute that is by being a secondary target who's not gone on, and then sneaking in from the sides and using them, right? You are not a head-on kind of person, right? Lion's not even really a person, but you're not a head-on, you know, fighter, right? You're the one in the back lines that's saying, okay, they blew all their stuff trying to kill my Night Stalker, who they got initiated on. Now I'm going to come in because they had nothing left, and I'm going to use my Earth Spike and my Hex, and I'm gonna, you know, deal some damage. I'm gonna CC a bunch. So you need to basically analyze that and say, okay, what have they used? What do they still have? If I go in there, can I get myself off? If I get myself off, can I escape? Stuff like this. So in that instance, right, when you're chasing CM down, CM was going to die, 1000%, right? She was just dead, right? Barring some miraculous, you know, Chen spawns and ults. Even then, I mean, even if a Chen spawned and ulted her full health, she still would have died. The you basically just don't do anything in that instance. If you had your Blink Dagger, that would be a different case. But at that point, you only had like 1,800 gold, right? So you didn't have your Blink Dagger yet. If you had your Blink Dagger, what you do is you skirt the sides of the fight and then blink up, right? Because if you're chasing this Invoker or the CM or whatever, he or she is going to be throwing stuff behind them to the obviously chasing Night Stalker and PA. But if you run up here, what you can do is you can run a little inefficiently, right? Skirt to the side. And sure, you take a hit because everybody's running in a straight line, right? And the fastest way to get from point A to point B is in a straight line. But you have Blink, right? You don't care about the laws of physics and gravity and whatnot. It's conservation of matter. None of those are the right law. You don't care about whatever the heck we're talking about. You care about the fact that you blink through space and time, not time, and you're going to be able to catch up with that person, right? So if Invoker tornadoes backwards, you say, I don't care, he missed me, right? He hit my teammates because they're idiots and they stood in a line, right? That Ursinity guy, he's just terrible. He stands in lines. And then you save the day by blinking over and then throwing that Earth Spike, throwing that Hex, yada, yada, yada. Okay, alright, so you have your Blink now. I will say, you waited a little long to pick up your Blink. You've had it for, like, over a minute, it feels like. There's really no reason not to pick up your Blink. Just very simply put, right? Like, it is a game-changing item. It's like a Night Stalker, right? It's silly if I got my Aghanims and didn't immediately pick it up. Right, because it's so game-changing, or so hero-changing, I suppose. It changes the math of the game, basically, right? Like, a line with a Blink is a vastly superior hero to a line without a Blink, whereas, like, an Arc Warden with a Dragon Lance is basically the same as an Arc Warden without a Dragon Lance. He's just incrementally better, right? Or an Earthshaker, right? Earthshaker is drastically different when he has a Blink from when he has a regular thing, or an Invoker with an Aghanim Scepter is a far superior hero, or any number of things, right? So you need to keep that in mind and just say screw it. Unless you're in a fight or pushing or something, just leave. Just say, all right, guys, I need my Blink. I don't care what your problem is. I don't care where you're fighting. I'm gonna go buy a Blink Dagger. Alright, okay. So where are we going to go from here? So Glimmer Cape is good this game. Force Staff is good this game. And Yule's is good this game. Oh boy, that sucks. Rowdy Dota, he's not controlling his hero. Okay. Good, he's hexed for a long time. We're staying on the outside. You need to be very careful about your Blink Dagger getting triggered by this, by the Bristleback Spikes. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so, oh boy, you're gonna live here. Oh, yeah, oh god. Blink, 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 blink. Okay, you waited too long. To be fair, that was like a split-second thing, but you did have your Blink off cooldown. So if you are paying super close attention and have that fast reaction time, which admittedly we don't all have, myself included, you could have evaded that, so be careful. Anyway, I think you made the classic mistake of using Mana Drain, to put it simply. Mana Drain is not a fighting ability, right? Mana Drain is an ability that allows you to continue things, and it allows you to clear illusions, right? So in a fight, you can use it to clear an illusion, right? Say, okay, he just popped Manta, instantly dead Mantas. Hex one, Mana Drain the other, both dead within a second. If I don't do that, if I try to use Mana Drain in that fight, for instance, Invoker just hits me 3 times and I'm dead, or terribly hits me 3 times and I'm dead. Why did I die here? I think I want our team to fight here. I don't know, that's not important. Where are you? Okay, you're back here, being safe. Okay, you can't... Oh, perfect. I was just about to say, hey, dude, do that. Okay, use your Hex on him. Hex, okay, I think he might have been out of range, presumably. Okay, so that was the great Earth Spike, right? And so this is where we're really getting to it, and this is kind of a good example of what makes a really good line player is being good at line pre-blink, but your line post-blink, like that is the ideal situation, right? If we went back to watch that, and I'm not going to bother because I'm going to describe what happened. Your team is fighting up here. They're fighting. The Dire team is running at you from here as well as here. So the safe play is to stand back up here. You have vision. You have vision being provided because you had friends standing over here. Somebody postures over here. When they run, they're going to both intersect, right? These people are going to go this way, and these people are going to go this way. Then they line up basically, and you just blink and you earth spike and then you run away, right? Or if they're running uphill, you earth spike and then blink. But they have so much AoE stuff like bristleback quills and whatnot. I would honestly blink in and then run. Because it's too finicky. Like maybe they're gonna trigger your blink if they're gonna basically make your blink not active if you don't use it properly. Okay. So what will your next item be? I gave a few suggestions, but I think Yule's is also good. I really like Yule's. Especially like Yule's plus Blink is like a little extra side bonus, right? Because they're two good items alone, but they make each other better. You went for respawn time? That's smart. I like damage a lot of times, but I feel like damage is only good if you're snowballing. Respawn time is more generally acceptably good. Okay, so where are we positioning? Okay, so again, we're positioning defensively. So that's actually a good point of talking. And this is one of those things that I'm going to explain that's pretty obvious, but it's important to kind of visualize and think about. So you have your Blink Dagger, right? And Lion as a Blink Dagger hero is good at defensively Blink Daggering, right? So you're going to be staying back here, right? Again, you're positioned well. You're getting a little far up here for your bridges. Okay, again, now you just like walk forward and fed. But in general, it's a safer bet. Oh my god, can't believe that worked out. What a fight. Okay, so Lion as a Blink Dagger hero, he wants to stay, like, let's say we're here, he wants to stay back here, whereas a Magnus or an Axe or a Centaur or any number of, Blink Initiator type heroes wants to stay in here and then blink forwards. Right? So your positioning is going great because that's what you're doing, right? You're staying back and reacting, right? In this death, which is the reason why, I just said impulsively you fed, because you were doing the right thing and then ceased to do the right thing, right? You were doing everything right, staying back here, then you just walked up, right? A lot of times, almost always, that's the wrong play, right? The purpose of your Blink Dagger is that you use it to get up there and then you run away, right? You don't run in and blink out, right? To put it very simply. You all have a ton of utility by blinking in, doing something, and leaving, especially because you have not only one disable, you have two, and one of them is instant cast point. So you need to be more careful about that, right? If you had been staying back from afar like you were doing in this fight and in the last fight, you could have said, okay, they're fighting, they're running at my people, I'm going to be back there, I have all my abilities prepared, then I'm going to blink Hex, to pop the Lincolns on Invoker, and then Earth Spike, or Blink, Earth Spike, Hex, whatever combination of Lincolns breaking. Never mind, I'm not going to recommend that. I was going to say, even in some instances, if you have like a really high damaging team and it's in the late game, it actually might be more productive to use your, to like blink in, finger to break Lincolns, and then have your 4-second duration Hex and your 2.6 second stun. Really though, like 2.6 seconds stun is not that much. I'm wrong. That's silly. 850 damage is a lot of damage, and it's like it probably equates to more like 950 or something after all you're in. That was just a thought. Because, like, Invoker, if you have a PA, right, PA is going to crit for well more than your Stinky Finger is going to do. Okay, good. We're posturing. Again, this is a little much, like, right now. I realize you want to get this, but, You don't need to, right? Your team does not hinge on invisibility, whereas theirs, well, neither team hinges on invisibility. So it's a good thing you didn't die for that. Okay, good. Getting our bounty runes. We need to be a little careful about bottom. We could go bottom, but we are a pretty vital aspect of this Roche fight. Oh God. Okay. But this is fine. Like I said, I mean, this is a perfectly acceptable thing to do. If you're gonna farm these, you want to impale them right now, right? Oh, perfect. Okay. Nice. All right, free money. This is actually a great line game just to farm because you're getting 30 gold every time one of these gets got. God, freaking terribly, dude. Good game. Okay. So we weren't there, and me and Vickers just should not have been fighting. I don't know if that was my stupid mistake or his stupid mistake, but that was like objectively just a bad fight on our part. Right? We did not have our teammates there. They had people respawning. They have a shrine nearby. You know, they have all number of things to make that a bad fight for us, and a bad fight it was. Okay. Terrorblade Gaming. Okay, so again, we should be... Okay, perfect. We are just soaking up these illusions. Good. What do we have? Okay, we don't... We're not even level 15 yet. We're just, like, low level. Wow, yeah. Visage, what a hero. Okay, we're just trying to hold. It's also important to note that our team does not have disable other than you, basically. Like, we have pseudo disable from Night Stalker, and we have, you know, sometimes disable from techies. But we really, like, you're the only one with just a straightforward, hey, this is a stun, this is a hex. So your utility is huge, right? So we need to be careful about using those properly. Man, why? Okay, I used my Midas. Oh boy. Oh, Crowdy Dota. Okay, so we're holding. All right. We're just kind of relaxing. Let's put on fast forward a little bit. Okay, are we gonna take this fight? Vickers up here. This is a really dangerous position to be in. I mean, he does have BKB up, right? Okay, good blink. Okay, Hex right away. Okay, now let's mana drain one of these, kill this, or we could have used our. Nice. Okay, it almost worked. So what we could have done in that situation was we could have used our magic wand and fingered him right away. Still, he had Aegis, so this was just stupid on everybody's part. Again, I have no clue if I made this call. If I did, God, that was terrible. But we had the capability to kill that guy, except he had Aegis in the first place, and we got run up on by Terrorblade, so it was just all irrelevant. Oh my God, that was so bad. Alright, that was fine. Okay, you'll live. Where's... Okay. Tulach. Okay, good. Blink. Oh boy, we didn't blink Hex. Oh boy, okay, we just kind of mishandled that mechanically, I suppose. Oh, great Dota. And terribly, just winning in the game right here. So unlike most supports, we're a great anti-Terrorblade mechanic. Especially as Terrorblade that doesn't build a BKB. Really, we just, like, suck that because we used, you know, 80 mines on a Bristleback that didn't die. Alright, so, God, we're just so freaking poor, dude. Net worth. So you have, why does this sort like this? Okay, so you have 5,500 net worth. Granted, like, see, I want to build a Midas, but this is brutal. Like, I mean, granted, like, a big part of it is just you do not have why? That's the most throwy thing in the world. Okay, we killed him. NCM, but Orc Warden died. Good game. Okay, anyway, yeah, I mean, this was just a very hard game to farm, to be honest. Like, it's just, their team has a billion I mean, your team just has a billion ways to get farm off the map. And so that's what they did. God, this techies. Yeah, so, I mean, you can basically be excused for not having that much mana. Okay. This is good, we're getting our mana up. We should have used that shrine, me and you. Or we'll use this shrine. No, we won't. Oh wow, that was a great Earth Spike. Yeah, it's just like that was okay, manageably okay, but we just, you know, both our carries are dead. We don't deal damage. Dang. We're trying to manage it, but alas. Again, just stay on the periphery, blinking when you can. You know, I mean, not now, obviously, it does nothing, but just in general, blinking when you can. All right. Let's see. Okay, so let's go for let's watch our last defense. So, well, recently we've been making good defenses. Warding wise, I like to ward outside. So, especially at nighttime. I mean, granted we have a Night Stalker axe, but it's nice to have wards. Either A, up here if you can make it there. If you can't make it up there, oh man, I'll be fine. If you can't make it up there, I like having just low ground wards like right on the edges of here, because it gives you like a huge arc of vision that you don't get otherwise, and it lets lets you better prepare for them coming up on you. And also, of course, you know, the tower wards are basically good. Right? Like if you lose a tower, just pop down a sentry, pop down an obs. Okay. We're a little late to the party, but that was good. That was good. Let's see. Let's get our Hex off. Hex. Okay, got a finger off. They're all low, but we're just getting ratted by him. Yeah. And so our positioning is good right here. I mean, really the core is that this game has gone late and we don't have the damage and items to scale. And so we just die if anybody looks in our direction as Lion, right? So you're maneuvering well, but only so much maneuvering can account for the fact that, like, you don't do things. Like, you just die too quickly. And they just out late game us as a team, right? Like, we don't have team fight. So the only way we would win this game is if we had some crazy crazy techies play. But obviously that was not the case. Yep. See, you just get melted, even by like supports like Visage. This Invoker, he did work. And terribly. Okay, so overall, okay, so let's talk about this. So you need to be a little more efficient in the early game, right? You need to make rotations faster. Don't second guess yourself. I don't know if this is just me pointing things out that are not true, but you made a lot of good rotations, but you made them like 5 seconds too late, and you also missed some rotations. So pay more attention to that. Like I always say, buy a TP scroll instantly, right? So when they're aggressing on your mid laner trying to kill them, you can get there. Pay a little more attention to that. When your lane sucks and you can't zone him, go do other things. Again, if you listen to this most recent Proudland, I mean, you got all this information basically. But if you can't zone the offlane, or if it's a bristleback and you're just a Lion and your lane mate's a PA, you know, do what you can, obviously, but realistically, you know, he's just going to punch you and quill you, and you're just going to get got. So go get their bounty runes like you did, which was good. Go make stacks in the jungle, go gank other lanes, put pressure on the map otherwise, in elsewhere. So yeah, that was that. It was just kind of, you know, the game went late, we didn't execute well, and our team comp just was not as competitive as their team comp. So, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, of course, and all that, just in general, and goodbye. Thank you, Tulach. Tulach hard. I believe I did a couple of these for you, so, yeah, goodbye.